I lived in Vienna for a while now, and if there's one thing I've been missing, it's a little patch of green to call my own. If you saw my balcony makeover, you know I tried my best with a single tomato plant and some basil, but I quickly realized it just wasn't enough space. One of my favorite things about living in Austria and in Germany is the Kleingarten culture, these beautiful community gardens tucked away in the city. So this year, I finally decided to participate. It's a total blank slate right now, but I can't wait to turn this plot into my own cozy sanctuary. And just so you know, I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing, so we're going to learn everything together. When you first get your hands on your garden plot, the garden organization has already done some of the heavy lifting. They pre-plant it with 7 different varieties, including beetroot, parsley, leaf lettuce, spring onions, and marigolds. Plus, the perks don't stop there. You'll get 3 more plants in mid-May and another 2 at the end of July. Since our plot is sandwiched right between 2 others, we needed a quick way to mark our boundaries. Luckily, there was some blue rope lying around, so we used that to separate our space from the neighbors.
Want me to refill? Probably, right? So it's good to know because
Now, I'm no gardening expert, but I found out you don't want to rush planting things like tomatoes and eggplants because the late spring frost could easily kill them, which is why most people wait until mid-May, apparently. Got our garden at the end of April, so our only real job was watering the starter plants the Garden Association gave us. And of course, pulling weeds, because of course, those were already growing like crazy. I honestly never realized how much focus gardening actually takes. Lately, I find myself constantly checking the weather. Is it going to be super hot? Is it going to rain? And hovering over the plants to make sure they're okay. We bought this wooden trellis to help support the spaghetti squash, but looking back, I'm still questioning it. I keep wondering if we should just head to the hardware store, grab some wood, and build our own custom trellis instead. If any of you are experienced gardeners and have advice on this, please let me know in the comments. The grand plan is to plant the spaghetti squash right across from the pumpkins, so wish us luck. Speaking of trellises, we also had a bit of a trial and error moment with the zucchinis. I originally bought these 2 bamboo sticks for them, but I quickly realized they weren't actually strong enough. Luckily, we found this extra piece of wood lying around and used it to DIY an A-frame trellis instead. The Garden Association provides everyone with 2 zucchinis and 2 pumpkin plants. So we're taking those and putting them right into our plot. Now, if you're wondering how on earth I figured out where to map all of this out, well, originally I had no clue. So I actually used AI, I know, right? But I showed it a picture of the plot, gave it the dimensions, told it what I wanted to plant, and asked it how to lay everything out. This is the final result. Obviously, it's not an exact science, but as a visual person, it gave me a much more crystal clear idea of where everything should go.
This battery.
One major thing I've learned through this process is that you can't just sprinkle the plants with water and walk away. What I mean is, if I use this watering can and pass through it once, it's not enough. You'll see after a few minutes the water evaporating quickly from the soil, and that's a sign of surface watering, which can actually do more harm than good. Instead, you want to give them a deep soak, which is basically using 3 to 4 passes using the watering can, so the water reaches the roots of the plant, not just the soil. Now, after waiting patiently for a few weeks, the intermission is officially over. It's finally time to begin planting. This is by far the biggest part of the project. We went out and bought all of our seedlings, along with plenty of stakes to keep everything supported as it grows. Now, I originally wanted to film this shot of me lugging this huge cart into the garden, but a super nice neighbor ended up holding the gate open for me, so I had to skip the camera setup. If you're watching this, thank you so much for your help. I'm organizing the plants by type, putting the tomatoes and eggplants on one side and the cucumbers and chilies on the other. Grouping them like this makes it so much easier down the road when they start getting taller, because I'll know exactly which ones need to be woven into the trellises and which ones just need regular staking. The last thing I'm doing before calling it a day is adding mulch. This is supposed to help with moderating the soil temperature, cut down on watering needs, and suppress weeds.
Yeah, that's fine. I can just split halfway with it, not a problem.
By this time, we were both completely exhausted and starving. Since I've been at the plot the longest, the hubby took over the mulching duty while I stepped back to film. Honestly, I didn't even realize how long I'd been working out here until my body hit a wall. I was running seriously low on gas. At that point, I literally had to tell myself, just keep walking, so I could finally get home and eat some dinner. Now that we got most of the major planting done, it's time to add some finishing touches. I brought with me more poles and a garden tunnel, so we're going to get that set up today. And yes, I was super sore the day after our big planting day. Who knew gardening could be such a workout? This entire process has been such an incredible adventure. and I'm learning so much along the way. While there probably won't be another fully dedicated gardening video like this one, you can definitely expect to see updates woven into my regular vlogs. If you love all things cozy and slow living, I've put together a playlist right here that I think you'll love. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.